Capricorn, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for the month of July. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month ahead, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit today. Thank you for tuning in, for your patience. I was a little delayed. I was sick last week, so I like to get everything out by the first of the month. So thank you for waiting. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get through the zodiac for the monthlies this month. All right. And thank you for all of your support. Let's get started. We're going to pull an angel number frequency, see what pops out. Pay attention to these numbers and these messages as they will apply as the month progresses. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Capricorn today. Thank you for your support and your guidance. All right. After this, we're going to pull the tarot, my favorite portion of the reading, and then we're going to end with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. I use this deck for the annual readings, and I thought, being mid-year, it was time to revisit the deck and see what further guidance wanted to come out for you, or warrior symbols at this point in the year. Badges of honor. We'll see what happens later on in the reading around that. Let's see. Capricorn. And I hope you're all doing well. Happy 4th for those of you in the States. 0505, unexpected shift. I'm feeling like it's around a situation, a turn of events. Okay, I'm getting that strongly. A turn of events. Something unexpected around a connection. Ooh, you might be taking action towards something. All right, unexpected shift, take action. 0505 and 1011. All right, yay. Who got this? Anyway, I'm not sure who says this, but we're going to just go with it. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad, etc. Divine intervention, sudden challenges, love, pleasant surprises, gut feeling. Ooh. Unexpected shift, Capricorn. I like that. I'm getting, just pay attention to your gut this month. Something is shifting for sure, for the better. 1011, take action. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. Hope, new beginning, fresh start. Lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. Ooh, I like those messages. All right, let's keep moving along here and see what the tarot has in store for you. I'm going to get the overall, we're going to start out with the overall general energy for the month. I'm going to pull a card or whatever flies out. Pre-shuffle, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful. You're showing me that you have everything covered. You've got your basic needs covered, and you're actually being inspired at this time. You got a lot of energy to move forward too, from a very solid base of stability and security. I like that. I'm gonna I've got just a little tickle after being sick. I'm drinking copious amounts of water. All right. Thank you for obliging me that sip of water. I normally don't do that, but I'm gonna have to today. All right. One more pre-shuffle. 2 of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, you could be coming out of some blocks. Something that hits close to your home life. Or you could be at a crossroads in your career. All right. Where you want to make a big change. I'm getting that. Unexpected shift. What is the overall general energy for Capricorns for the month of July? Ooh, Judgment. Taurus got this energy. Renewal, rebirth. All right. Or making a very big decision, a life decision, a life-changing decision, I'm hearing. Life-altering. This could be a life-altering month, Capricorn, around a big decision you're making for your own rebirth. 3 of Pentacles, it does have to do with coming together with a group of people. It's been challenging to get on the same page maybe with a work situation, a work project, or in general, around one person for some of you. Ooh, the sun. Something's made you happy in the recent past. This is also the card of spiritual enlightenment, right? The rays of the sun shining upon your face. This has also, for me lately, been about presence, when we notice the sun, when we're that self-aware to pause and gaze at the sun, we're being present. So think in the past, you experienced all of these delicious things. Opportunity, the hangman. Ooh, Spirit wants you to wait a minute. Wait a minute. Be patient with maybe something coming together around work or around something. I'm hearing for something to become more harmonious or even to bring it together. Patience is required. Oh, beautiful. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Immediate future, the High Priestess. Okay. Trust your instincts here. All right, I can't wait to go deeper. We've got 3 out of the 5 cards are major arcana. So this is a big month for you, Capricorn. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck and the Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups. You could be realizing that you have an opportunity to experience a lot of happiness and abundance this month. I think you're learning how to hold on to that. And what ways do you need to show up for yourself and for a situation to make it harmonious? And this could apply to your work life or your love life. Let's see, though, this judgment, this rebirth, this renewal, this important life-changing decision. Ooh, it's about moving forward, maybe moving past some 5. We have the Chariot, summoning your will over the 5 of Wands to move past maybe some disagreements. I'm getting you had some disagreements or opposing points of view about how to move forward. I feel like you've been negotiating something in your work life and perhaps something in your love life. It might be both. Somehow they're connected. All right, Judgment. Yeah, this is a card of working yourself too hard, 9 of Wands, or putting too much. I mean, in traditional decks, this is the Wounded Warrior card, but in this deck, this is burnout. Burnout. Thinking too much when it comes to material matters. Being overly preoccupied with your work life. And Spirit saying you need to make some decisions that aren't leading to this burnout feeling that you're experiencing. Yeah, and then we have the 8 of Cups and we have the 10 of Wands. So yeah, Spirit is saying in order for you to have this renewal, this life-changing decision, it's about really you and whatever's been burdening you, because you go from the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands with the 8 of Cups in between. So something you're leaving something behind this month, and it feels to me like a workaholic ethic. Because if you keep doing this to yourself, not only are you running your body into the ground, you're not experiencing the joys and pleasures, right? It's like there's an opportunity. You had this in the past, but it's like maybe you've taken on some recent responsibilities or recent promotion, new role, or a new business, and you're just like, it's overwhelming. This feels like overwhelmment. And Spirit is saying maybe it's almost like you bit off more than you could chew here. Because in the past, we have the Sun. So this may be you needing to be patient, calling in more help, right? If you've launched a bit, I mean, hey, strike while the iron's hot. It sounds like you've been very busy, but almost to the point of utter exhaustion. And it's made you feel overwhelmed. So Spirit's saying you got to slow down. You got to slow down. Slow it down, Capricorn. Whatever you're trying to build, it requires patience. You can't do it overnight. And I know you're very industrious. I don't know a Capricorn that isn't like built for long-term success and the discipline and work that goes into that. But you got to make sure you carve out time for happiness as well. A lot of you are business owners. Yeah, I love that. You came to you came to a very beautiful place in your spiritual development. The Hierophant, you could have even entered into some sort of new commitment that brought a lot of peace into your life. And you're still willing to learn in this connection. I feel like your desire here, You're showing me desire to be in some sort of long-term commitment that makes you happy, and you're willing to be humble and to put peace first at all costs. This is beautiful energy that you had in the past, but for some reason something has shifted. I don't know if your work life is now kind of seeping into how you approach your day-to-day affairs at home, but it seems to me like either something shifted, an unexpected turn of events shifted you out of this beautiful connectivity to your core here. This is just like, wow. Apply whatever you learned in the past as far as the acquisition of peace, harmony, bliss, and the soul education that you were doing around that, because it's almost as though something has shifted. I'm sorry, I got huge. Someone's really thinking about you. Really thinking about you heavily. Because when my nose itches like out of nowhere, it's someone thinking about you. I think that you've been heavily burdened with walking away from something, committing yourself to your own inner truth and your own inner peace at all costs. This is that proverbial, I'm going to stay committed to my own happiness and I'm going to work myself to death because I have to let go of some old emotional baggage. But be careful with avoidance. I'm getting like this touch of like, it's turning a little bit to less of you doing the work on your healing and more on working too much in your job. Whatever your career is taking a toll on you mentally. It's time to drop the burden, especially too around the emotions that you're carrying around a situation, because of, it's almost like, I don't know if it's regret I'm feeling or remorse. And flip the roles if this doesn't apply and this is someone you've been dealing with. But I feel this twinge of like being hard on yourself for some reason. I'm not sure why. You're being really hard on yourself for something that happened in the past. Like you're trying to make up for it. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. It's like you have this buildup of emotions that Spirit's saying, let it go, let it go, let it go. And you can't stop thinking about it. And Spirit's saying, this is not good for your health. In the past, I feel like you were justified. You did what you thought was right. But now it's like that whole, did I do what was right? So now you're kind of on this timeout, Capricorn. You're headed in a beautiful direction, though. I think you've left something, whether it was a workaholic mentality or you had to leave a previous connection. Wow. Yeah, you're trying to come into balance. You hit this beautiful pocket of energy in the past, and you're like, I want to stay there, and you didn't. And you can't sustain anything forever, right? So you have this dual nature where you have this ability to really drop into your core and be at peace from day to day. And then you have this other, it's almost like you're pushing, you either are feeling regret over the way you handled a situation in your personal life, or you are literally burning yourself out in your job. And it's generating the same level of emotion, though. It's kicking up and churning up heavier emotion within you. And Spirit's saying you must release what you need to release, but you're holding it in and you're burning yourself out by holding it in. So it's like you're looking at what has come up for you. It's almost like this feels like an emotional trigger, like an emotional flashback trauma kind of thing that's happening this month. And you know how to deal with it, though. Because what I see you doing, you're like, oh, I know what to do. I learned how to do this in the past. You're learning how to look at that spiritual wisdom and that inner peace part of you. Because I do talk about this a lot in my readings, because I'm a firm believer in parts theory, where we are the summation of a lot of different sides and aspects of ourselves, of our personalities, of our characters. So you're showing me a very strong, you have a lot of integrity, Capricorn, and you have your convictions and you have your personal truth, and you've reached this place where you know how to make yourself happy, but you are unhappy about something going on this month. Okay. I don't know exactly what it is, but what it has to do with is you coming, like, almost like the justice will be served by you really, really focusing on nurturing a side, an aspect of yourself that you perhaps could be neglecting because you're putting too much out there into the world, too much of your energy expenditure. This is you being gentler with yourself, being less self-critical. You could be really being overly critical with your work performance, how you look, how you feel. It's like, stop being so hard on yourself. I'm getting that, Capricorn. This past energy, you're not hard on yourself. You learned how to make peace with that part of you. But now it's like you're like almost revisiting an old pattern. And so this is about being, the Empress is such a beautiful energy because she is the conglomeration of all the queens. And she wears the zodiac as her crown. So there's a very strong Libra energy. Some of you have strong Libra placements, or you have a Libra around you that things were on pause. They have strong Libra. I mean, the Empress and Justice is all Libra. But Libra too is about the balance of how much we give out and how much we allow in. And I see you giving way too much out and not enough in. But in the past, you started going within. So if you're feeling off balance this month, in order to get back into balance, you need to pause and nurture yourself and be less critical. Feels like you're going through some sort of battle inside of you. Second guessing, holding on to a lot of emotions that aren't going to serve you. I think you're risking burnout in work, and it's like you're experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety from day to day because of the pressures of your job, or the pressures you've put on yourself to succeed in your business. And Spirit is saying you're neglecting your inner world, and that is why things feel so heavy in your outer world, because it's a mirror. So if you want to come back into balance, you need to take a time out, and you need to stop juggling so much, and you need to start nurturing all aspects of self. That's your opportunity. Let's see the challenge. The challenge is you're telling me I've got too much work to do. And you know what's going to happen is you're feeling trapped. I think a lot of you feel trapped in your career and in the pressures of and the demands of your job. Some of you have high pressure positions, or you put a lot of pressure on yourself to succeed. Capricorns are known for this, all right? So this is about calling in help. The people that support you, you need more assistance, because you're headed for the challenges, the changes. It's almost like if you start fighting against what is, you're going to start having people come at you fighting with you. There's something that you need to nurture here in order to bring things back into balance. And it feels more like it's a self-directive here, but it could be around people too. Because the Three of Pentacles represents your community, and who is by your side, who is helping you with this. And I think you're being challenged right now to overcome obstacles of not letting people in. Spirit is saying you can't do this alone. We're not meant to be one people armies here in our lives. It's like you need to drop the burden and call in help. You have a major tower coming in, allowing people in, Capricorn, because you're fighting against some sort of change. I'm not sure what kind of change. What is this change? The Hangman, stagnancy, putting yourself last. And it's affecting your creativity and in your passion. You're going through a deep healing, that's why. So you can begin it again. You've got a new beginning you're headed straight toward. But it's almost like there's a lot of, it's like you feel like you're in a pressure cooker lately. But it's all of your own making. This tower is going to fall because you can't sustain the pressure you're under without cracking. So I do think that if you want to avoid this tower, because what's going to happen is this feels like you might explode. You might explode on your work team or have an outburst of emotion and then regret it. You have too much pressure placed on you. You either took on too much and now you don't know how to handle it, or you just put too much pressure on yourself. Spirit is saying you need to nurture and come into balance with all sides of your life. There's a massive change coming. What's this Five of Wands? The Hermit. Yeah, you're fighting against yourself in a new beginning around neglecting the parts of you that are screaming at you right now for attention. This is the side of you that wants to be nurtured and loved and less criticized. It's like you're too much in this like, go get it, go get it, go get it. And there's a side of you that just, it's like asking for help, letting people support you, letting someone in, dropping down your walls, pushing against the current here. And it's leaving you feeling trapped. All right, let's go into the immediate future, Capricorn. It's like you're having a little battle here. I wouldn't even say little. This is like a need, right? You need a vacation. In order to move forward, this is about trusting your intuition and giving to that part of yourself that you did in the past, that you did with the Hierophant. It's like you nurture this masculine nature, all right? Whether you're a male or female. When I say by that, I even wrote this out because I started delving into this. When we get out of balance, it's when we go into our wounded masculine. And what I'm seeing here, wounded masculine, stuck in the mud, not present, competitive, struggles to communicate needs, reactive, avoidant attachment, ignores emotions. So I'm seeing that. Right? Healthy masculine. Creates safety. Witnesses without judgment. Holds space. Integrity and awareness. Commitment to truth. Listens deeply. Humble. Reflective. Peaceful and grounded. Responds instead of reacting. Observes beyond what is seen. So what I'm seeing here, and the reason why I brought that up, is you've worked on that part of you, okay? Now what I'm seeing is you've gone from that wounded masculine side of you to healthy masculine side of you. Okay. Now what Spirit is saying, it's time to go from the wounded feminine energy, because we are all, regardless of gender, we are all combination of both, right? We want healthy masculine and healthy feminine in our lifetimes, okay, within. Now what you're working on is working on the wounded feminine. Now some of the attributes of the wounded feminine: irrational, inauthentic, insecure, chases love, obsesses, critical, people-pleasing, projects emotions onto others, lack of boundaries, anxious attachment, fears loss, seeks external safety. Okay? Healthy feminine energy: intuitive, loving, playful and expressive, fluid, heart-centered, surrenders, connecting, vulnerable, compassionate, connected to nature, receives, connected to source energy, authentic, and trust. So this is what you're doing. You have successfully in the past healed your wounded masculine energy. Now, what you're being directed to do on your healing work, your healing path, is to heal your wounded feminine energy. And I'm not, there's no judgment here. This is around the ways you criticize yourself and how you need to give more to your own intuition. You don't give your intuition enough credit here. You're going to be led and guided on a new path, and you're going to be really lit up in a new way. The more you work on healing these aspects of self, because see, this is the thing we do in tarot. We're like, well, you need to heal this pattern, but there's not a whole lot of details provided, right? How many readers don't go deeper than that? I want to go as deep as I possibly can to help you. There's lots of books. I'm working on a book list, y'all, that I'll put on my website that will help people. And I'll categorize it like, if you want to work on your spiritual awakening, these are the books for that. If you want to work on healing shadow, doing shadow work, these are books for that. Because for me, I feel like in order to live a healthy life, it is about coming into true balance within our dual nature and healing these parts of ourselves that when they're imbalanced, we show up. And when we're imbalanced inside, we show up, and it creates conflict with working with others. If you're having work conflicts, You don't want to be there anymore. And part of it is being derived from the pressure you're putting on yourself or the actual pressure being put on you in the position you're in. And I think what Spirit is saying, you need to start giving to that intuitive part of you, that divine feminine high priestess within, male or female, and start creating some time with that part of you so you can move forward and create a new plan of action. So you can start nurturing these aspects of self. Sorry, I was long-winded there. And by doing so, by coming into this healthy feminine and masculine energy, you start experiencing, this is the card of learning, right? The personal growth. This is the most underrated card in the deck. This is someone always willing to learn, to be present, right? And you're doing that. And this is when you experience true abundance. Is it not? When we're our most present selves, we feel the most grounded. We feel the most connected to source energy. And we're the most at peace. So you're on that path. And I see you conquering a great many burdens. It's how you approach your day-to-day. It's how you approach your life and your ethics around success. You put a lot of pressure on yourself and you're very critical, Capricorn. And I'm just trying to help you, all right? I'm not trying to criticize. I'm trying to help you, okay? I want you to remember that. Yes. Only then, this is like you're coming into true balance with, this also, wow, I haven't gotten this from the Lovers. This is you coming into balance between the healthy masculine and healthy feminine energy. That's what you're learning. And that is when you become a compassionate leader in the world and you start applying that to every aspect of your life and you become the teacher. I think that you're on a pathway of self-knowledge here, self-mastery. And you can only do that by healing these wounds. Now, if you want to talk about the narrative around the external, because I just went deep internal, y'all. It's time to drop the burden and release some heavy emotional baggage in your heart. You know what it means to be deeply committed to something that makes you happy. Don't settle for less. You have the desire to glow up right now and attract a new love bond. You are in a place of attracting something, and you're no longer going to be fighting with yourself anymore around being vulnerable. It's like you know so well how to operate and move through the world and make shit happen. This is about being vulnerable and tender and open so you can receive as much as you give. And you do that by nurturing the deeper part of you, Capricorn. I do believe that you are working toward opening up in a very beautiful, profound way, in a connection that at this point in time, you may even live at a distance from this person. But I do see a love bond that is going to light you up. And I think that you called this energy in the past, and it's like you're kind of like a little rocky, all right? But you're going to get there. It's like you're trying to remove the things that stand in the way of you and the things that you really want to commit to, all right? It's time to take action to coming back into balance with yourself. And that's what it is. This unexpected shift, this divine intervention here is around what you need to change in order to get the things that you really want. Some of you are really trying to call in more passion into your life, more love. And it's not just one person, y'all. It's everyone. It's letting people in, Capricorn. You're going to make an unexpected shift around dropping your guard and letting people in, Capricorn, okay? I'm getting that for a lot of you. It's time to let people in a deeper, profound way. You don't need to wear this mask of taking on everything, all the hardship, all the burden on your own. It's like you've just had, it's almost like you've been a bit avoidant in the way you attach to other people. And you're making a profound shift. Let's get some advice from Spirit. You're going to need to drink some water after this one. This one was big, yeah. Only then we'll have clarity around absolute fulfillment. You're learning and growing. This is beautiful, Capricorn. Beautiful. July is a very pivotal month for the collective. I don't know if it has to do with the Saturn in retrograde, but it's like we're reaching like this. A lot of us have been on this spectrum of healing where the pendulum is swinging more towards self-actualization and what is required of us in order to get there. It's almost we got to break down these things from the past, right? To become healthy again. All right. Ooh, there's the Empress and the Nine of Cups. What else is going to come out with that Empress? Nurture that part of you. Yeah. Seven of Pentacles. This is about nurturing your divine feminine, male or female. All right. What I say about that healthy feminine energy. This is nurturing the intuitive part of you, the loving part of you, the playful and expressive part of you, the fluid part of you, the heart-centered part of you, the part of you that surrenders, the part of you that connects, the part of you that's vulnerable and compassionate and sensual and affectionate, the part of you that's connected to nature, the part of you that receives, the part of you that's authentic and trusts and connects to source energy. That's going to be your pathway to fulfillment, okay? And you also have the opportunity to receive that. I think this is about giving it to yourself and experiencing that outside of you as well this month. It's twofold because you do have this loving connection, and I think they're knocking on your door. Capricorn, are you going to let them in fully? Are you? Let's get a Angels and Ancestors Oracle message to close things off. Powerful month of change. Ooh. All right. There's 3. What are we going to do, Spirit? I said keep going. Oh, there we go. That's one of them. Moon energy. Moon energy. One more. There we go. Shield Maiden. Yeah, it's like time to drop your shield. I feel like you've had a hard time letting people truly in to your deeper depths. All right. Doesn't mean you haven't connected, you haven't loved, you haven't experienced beautiful things. It just means you can go deeper, Capricorn. You can go deeper. We can always go deeper. We can go deeper than we believe we're capable of going. The Moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Use your intuition. Practice discernment. See through illusions and blockages. The Moon is strongly associated with the divine feminine and the energy of receiving. You can't make this up. If the Sun is God, the Moon is goddess, and so she offers a powerful energy of polarity and balance. She has a cyclic energy and is therefore strongly connected to emotions, which often come and go in waves, and to somewhat interesting behavior. So when the Moon appears in a reading, you're often being told that not everything is as it seems. The Moon has a dark side, just dark, not negative, and can show you what you've been kept in the dark about. The extended message. Lunar energies are surrounding your life. Now, this is a badge of honor. I told this to? I think Libra had the drum. I think they're the only other ones so far with the warrior symbol. So this is something that you've earned. You've earned this recently, all right? Having this Moon. And this is the High Priestess in the near future. You've earned this ability. Lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything as it seems, and you're being guided to use your discernment. When the Moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increased. So take note of any feelings arising at this time. They're messages from your soul and angels. The Moon shines her light on all that has been kept in the dark. So ask yourself if you're avoiding anything or refusing to deal with something of importance. This is great. All right. If so, it could be holding you in the shadows when your destiny is to be in the light. If this card appears when you feel someone isn't being completely real with you, know that their intentions will be revealed to you. The Moon has no secrets. She reveals all. Ooh, okay. Make plans and focus. The Shield Maiden. Look at that. She's fierce. Shield Maiden. Thank you for being here with me, you all. These monthlies can go a little longer, and I appreciate every second you spend here that we share together. I'm going to have to go to the index here. Shield Maiden 74. This is going to be a powerful message. This has been such a powerful deck for this month. Have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. Taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the tasks you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. Yep, strategizing, especially around your workload and releasing what needs to be released. So let's see a little bit about the Shield Maiden if you're curious. She's a female knight in shining armor. In many ancient traditions, women were seen as equal to men and so joined them on their raids and fought with them on the battlefield. In this deck, the Shield Maiden brings a fiercely feminine energy. What I was getting, I told you, feminine, divine feminine, healing the wounded feminine part of you. The power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She's ready to put her plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. Her medicine helps us move beyond any unsettled feelings with our plan, when our plans start to take shape, and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. Shield Maidens work together in times gone by to create shield walls of protection. So she also shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. That's why they wanted me to read that part too. Because it's time to work well with others. Cut away at, it's almost like too, you might have some challenging situations going on in your work life right now, but this card is actually not, it's showing like friction, but playful friction, right? The people that you maybe compete with to do better, right? To be more excellent, right? At what you do. It's powerful changes. I mean, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, this is massive change going on within and without, okay? So stay hydrated. Keep doing the work. You're on the right path, okay? I'm sending love.